Howdy, and welcome to my talk. The earth and you are Ohana. We hope you stay and talk.
All right, where am I? Howdy and aloha, everyone. This is James with Talk. This is my 6th or 7th channel. I've been doing this since the beginning of 2017, closely following politics, world events, and all kinds of crazy shit more recently, especially when early 2020 happened. But, we're just trying to survive the tsunami of tyranny and oppression that is most assuredly coming our way. And it's pretty apparent that we have some people in Congress that are pretty much following the script of the World Economic Forum, aka Global Predator class. And if you're just catching up, it's really hard and difficult for people to digest a lot of the things that I go over, unless you've been following for a while. Then you'll understand, how the dots are connected, how the storyboard is being written for us. Basically against us. And let's go to here, and I will give you a really good example of kind of what's going on. Yeah, this is really crazy. So, 86 House Republicans vote for warrantless surveillance of Americans. Didn't we just go through that with Matt Taibbi and Twitter before Elon took a hold of it, and Facebook, etc., etc., etc. And now you'll notice that Facebook is completely intertwined with TikTok. By the way, if you notice that, because of the Restrict Act, or banning TikTok, wasn't about banning TikTok. It was about the takeover of TikTok. It had nothing to do with your health or your safety or your protection or your privacy. Nothing in that sense. It was a money. That was a big money pull, and Zuckerberg won. He went into the Congress and went through some dog and pony show hearing and turned around and apologized, and next thing you know, he's the guy, right? And this pawn is being used, and he's been used in his platforms and for a while now, for a couple of decades, but more so in the past 3 or 4 years. But this is pretty alarming. It should be extremely alarming to everyone. I pretty much wear what I do, I'm about, and everything on my sleeve. It's right there in the open. I'm not, hiding anything. It's just, here's me. I don't wear a mask. I don't blur myself out. I'm straightforward. But there are some things in my life that I would like to keep private, like my social security number, birthday, all of these, things that you should keep, bank accounts, stuff like that. People you might have intimate relationships or business relationships, or, whatever type of things that you'd like to keep a secret. Well, that's not happening. Things that you'd like for the government, especially, or anybody else, to just stay the fuck out of your business. It's none of your fucking business, right? But now it is your business. Now they're, and let me play this so you can kind of see. Yeah, there it goes. I mean, it's all right there. How do I stop that? America's overwhelming approval of warrant requirements. YouGov poll commissioned by FreedomWorks and Demand Progress have found that 76% of Americans found that they back government agencies being required to obtain a warrant before searching American communications. Yeah, I'm surprised it's not everyone, right? I'm surprised it's not everyone. But it's 76. It's a definite super majority of people that would like to not have, Zuckerberg, Bezos, Bill Gates, Fauci, you name it, the World Health Organization, the World Economic Forum, who else to have access to everything that you have and own, etc. But that's been the plan. And I've tried to explain that to people over and over and over. I can, if I repeat myself, then there's a reason. Because it needs to be sometimes repeated before people kind of understand it and let it kind of brand into your brain so you can remember it. But I don't like this. And if you're okay with this, that's your thing. You're free to do that. But at a certain point, there may be something in your life or things or situations that you might like to be private, and that is our constitutional right, and that has been stripped away from us. And that is the Fourth Amendment. I think it's the Fourth Amendment, right to privacy. Darn it, I should know this. Let me just look it up real quick. Right to privacy amendment. Yeah, it's the Fourth Amendment. All right? And that's just crazy. This is crazy. So they don't have, if they want to, at any time, they don't need a warrant, they don't need to go to court, they don't need anything. And they always use the guise or the ploy or a kind of like an obfuscation of their actual intention or agenda or mission. They'll say, oh, well, this person is, labeled a influence operator, like a lot of us are these days. And they'll just come and brand you as bad. It's just fucking amazing. I am completely dumbfounded at that. Our Fourth Amendment. This is called the Fourth Amendment protects people from unreasonable search and seizures by the government, which plays completely and totally into your right to privacy. They can't just come in and start hacking away at you. I'm not saying physically, but at your finances, at your business, at your books, and all these other things. They need to have. There's a group of people out there back in the late 30s, early 40s, that did this, and they had this group called the Third Reich, right? And they also had this leader. His name was Adolf, and they did the same thing. They chipped away at the rights of their own citizens. They altered and changed ballots and voting processes. They controlled the radio. They controlled media. It was complete and total authoritarianism. If you need to look that up, that means that one person basically controls everything. I mean, that's the bottom line of authoritarianism. It's just control of everything. And we're talking your finances, we're talking everything you say, do, or touch, or taste, or everything. And this is where we're going. And people just cannot fathom, for some reason, how extraordinarily obvious this really is, what's happening to us. I'm fucking dumbfounded. It's completely insane that we're having to freaking deal with this shit, and we're let me go play this again. Let's go to the next page, and here they are. Here are the Republicans, on your states in the House. This is it. Is this the entire list? Wait, yeah, this is, and then there's some more here. Right? This is the list. Yeah. There's the list of all your people. All the people that you thought were with you are not with you. They're not with you. As a matter of fact, I'm going to tell you who they're with, because the freedoms you're losing today are the freedoms your grandchildren will never know existed. Yeah, that's it. And this is this. How many times have I brought? Where the hell is that picture? Of course, the picture I'm looking for is always gone. But it's the one. It shows. It's all these people. Right here. Wait, that's not it. That's in here. I just can't see it right now. Where is it? Sometimes I'll put a picture in there and another one bumps off. I think that's the problem that's happening. Yeah, that's what's happening. Right? Oh, there it is. Here we go. All right. Yeah, it's. I think this is correct. I mean, if you want to argue this, go ahead. But I really believe that these people are all in with the World Economic Forum. I think we're at that point, right? And here's the saddest part. Here's the saddest part. That look, I tried to get a bazillion man march going or something so we could stop this tyranny from continuing, the tsunami of continuous oppression. But people are just meek, malleable, and obedient, and they just seem to want to comply. And it's just really telling of what people have become. Right? And look, I want you to do the right things. I don't want you to steal. I don't want you to cheat. I don't want you to, we don't want any of that. We want you to be good and true to your fellow man, of course, your family, your friends, your neighbors, your city, your county, your state, and your country, of course. But there are people here that have the power to take rights away from you. And they're doing it methodically. They're doing it purposely. It's just fucking nonstop. And it keeps continuing. And then I'm just like, what the fuck is this about? What the hell are we seeing here? Because as soon as that happened, what was this, the next day or the same day? It was the next day. Here comes 45, bringing Speaker Mike Johnson a platform. Like, what the fuck? I mean, was this already planned? I mean, was this in the schedule? It kind of seems that way. I'm hearing people saying, well, Trump didn't like what the fuck was going on, but why would you even stand next to this person? 'Cause this is the guy that put it over the edge. Fucking Mike Johnson, and he's just Kevin McCarthy 2.0. it's just so. It's not a stab in the back. It's like right in your eyeball. It's pretty bad. You're just watching it happen. It is so fucking nuts, right? And then the thing is, they want to do is he comes on, and I guess the big the big distraction always and has been, and that's not really what it's for, but it's good to maneuver people away from or get them to move in a different direction than to focus on the obvious. The obvious that I'm telling you of these people are all fucking bought and sold. Right? That's happening. And then look, I'd like to support this guy, but man, talk about having your buddy step on your own dick. You know, it's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Right? And then, you know what? Whatever. Let's just do the fucking meeting. You know, nobody likes fucking Mike Johnson. Nobody likes Kevin McCarthy. Nobody likes a lot of these 86 Republicans now in the House. Can you believe that? Can you fucking believe how traitorous or how it's crazy. You know, it's treasonous. It's to me it's just treasonous for these people to jump on this, coming after you, taking away, just destroying, basically obliterating your Fourth Amendment, your right to privacy. You know, search and seizure. They don't need that anymore. They're just gonna fuck. It means it's opened up, and I saw this coming a while back, and I said it's coming. You guys need to fucking prepare, right? But you can't. It's kind of hard, you know. I get it. There's a lot of people that you know, no matter what. Look, Trump's gonna fucking. If there isn't some craziness that's gonna happen, and I think Airbnb just reported that they're not going to be doing flights or something after June 6th. I'm like, what? What the fuck is... And there's a lot of stuff that's going to happen. The closer, as I've said, and I've been saying this since last year, maybe even sooner than that. I think even sooner than that. The closer we get to November 5th of this year, stuff is going to get more chaotic. You know, you just saw Brooklyn Bridge, you know, a mini 9/11 as they were blowing it up to screw people. It's just fucking just crazy. You know, there's so much proof behind this. Videotape, there's people submitting all kinds of information. Right? It's just freaking... It's just nonstop. And it's nuts because these people are still doing this. Here are your traitors, people. Here are your traitors. Wow. I'm just, you know, I'm really tired of, and just when you thought things were going in the right direction, all these people decided to jump the train. Johnson had once backed the U.S. Rights Act, a bill that contained even stronger warrant requirements than the one Biggs had proposed. You know, by the way, the Democrats are all in on this. Just to let you know, the Democrats were huge on this. They've been all in for a long time with the World Economic Forum and their global predator class sociopathic nut fucks. They've been all in for a while. That's pretty obvious now as I look back at how things have been moving with them. But people don't see that either. It's kind of strange. You know, oh, Trump derangement syndrome, you know, they're going to give us fucking Medicare for all. They're going to give us fucking, they're going to codify Roe versus Wade. Oh, they're going to give us, you know, a living wage. They're going to do this. They haven't, they're not. They don't want to. They can't. If they do it, then you become stronger And that's what they don't want. They want to take everything away from you so they can control you. That's what's happening. I mean, all my research, all my due diligence, all my investigations, all my time and effort besides work or, other whatever I'm doing, this show, it clearly indicates that they're going in that direction. They're going to fucking make sure that they don't need a warrant to surveil you. Nuts. This is just fucking crazy. Here's the other list, the 86. All right. That's probably a better way you take a screenshot of that. If you ever need it, just comment. I'll get it to you. Or just go to my Facebook. Everything's in the comments. All the stuff I usually talk about, you can find out. I post most of this stuff on my Twitter and my everything. But what was really interesting to me is the big news. I don't think Trump's happy about what the fuck happened, and it's kind of. Let's just see. Let's watch this. I want to see what.
And so what we're going to do is introduce legislation to require that every single person who registers to vote in a federal election must prove that they're an American citizen first. You have to prove it. That will be a new part of the federal law and a very important one. Our bill will establish new safeguards. It'll put us on par, by the way, with virtually every...
Do you guys see that happening after what they just did? Does anybody see that happening? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't know, man. Trump and his team...
Every other democracy around the world that also prohibits...
That little fuck. Speaker Johnson announced his plan to introduce legislation requiring all people to prove they're American citizens. I'm all for that. I want American citizens to vote. I don't want illegal aliens just right out of nowhere coming in and changing elections. That's fucking crazy. But if you're a blue state, it's not crazy. Yeah, this is just getting nuttier and nuttier and nuttier. I'm telling you. Where else did I have some information in here on this? Here. Yeah, this just got fucking weirder and weirder. Oh, by the way, the Climate, the movie, was you were able to post it on pretty much anything, and now they've taken it down because it's really getting people to see the hoax of climate change. Yeah. Hey, I was all in. I was Jesse Ventura. I was Green Party. Climate change, yay. And then I started doing my research. I wasn't just watching CNN. I was, which I was. I was watching everything. And then after a ton of very compelling information, it didn't change my mind. It proved there's a difference between swaying a jury to get you to to get the verdict, right? But when it comes to climate change, it's just not there. It's never been there. It's all, and they've been saying, oh, we're going to be underwater here, we're going to be underwater there. 20 years ago, they said they're going to be underwater 10 years ago, and then that never happened. And then 5 years, and it's just over and over. I mean, if you need the information, you just ask me and I'll play. I've got tons of information. But the biggest movie right now that's out there is Climate, the movie. Anyway, I don't want to change the topic too heavily here, but yeah, this is just really weird. I'm kind of concerned now. I mean, look, I've always been concerned, but Trump meets Johnson, right? Let's see what else we got. And then we got a little comment over here that says, MTG is the devil? How the fuck is that? That chick is the only one that's really going after fucking Johnson. She's a strong woman. And she's not she's strong. She's physically strong. She's, she's not a fucking pushover like some of these people. I'm just, look, I'm starting to get, when it comes to Trump, I'm really starting to get a feeling of, I don't know, like a Bernie 2.0 feeling. Here's the movie, by the way, Climate. That's a good one. Right. I'm getting that, because he's not talking about the adverse effects of the Kool-Aid everybody had to take, right? And the millions of people that are not here anymore because of it, which is interesting to me. I'm like, dude, did Fauci sell you? Just tell us. Fauci sold you down the river, and which it kind of, he's done it to other presidents, and just let us know. And a lot of people want to know that because the numbers are getting worse in regards to the stuff that's already in people's bodies already. It's just bad. Yeah, I can't give specifics on exactly what I'm talking about, but I think you all know what the hell I'm talking about. And I'm just watching people get hurt left and right, left and right, left and right. It's just fucking nuts. What was that one I put here? And yeah, here it is, right here. Right? And this has to bother everybody. Real Trump needs to stop avoiding this. This number is rapidly increasing, and he needs to stop running from it. Either he knew it was deadly or he was sold by Fauci. Our next president must be honest, truthful to all his citizens. Don't you agree? Of course, you have to. And then, this was just recently released. What was that, April 10th? On Wednesday. You see it? What does it say? The dead don't lie. 2 million not here from Mary, Roger, Nancy, Alpha, Jabberjaws. Right? All in code. But that's pretty crazy. Yeah. Here's what's interesting. So, the Ford Pinto, back in the 70s, had a problem that it was dangerous to drive because the gas tank was exploding with rear-end accidents. I think there were 12 fatalities or incidences and a few fatalities. Anyway, it was less than 20 people passed away, aren't here because of the Ford Pinto. So what did they do? They pulled it. They immediately pulled the Ford Pinto. Now, in our history of, the Industrial Revolution, there's been many accounts of lots of different products that have came into the market authorized by the Federal Food and Drug Administration, the Center on Disease Control, which I call the Center of Depopulation Control, the Health and Human Services, just a lot of, USDA, just a lot of governmental departments that have completely authorized a lot of products out there that have been found to be extremely dangerous. And I've told people, just go on the FDA website and look at all the recalled products. You would be there for 2 days. You couldn't, you just scroll and scroll and scroll, which is pretty alarming. Actually, extremely alarming, like terribly alarming. To know that this company, this entity, this governmental department just keeps putting out dangerous things, constantly dangerous. It's okay, because they get kickbacks, they get money. Who knows? I know the real reason, because they're basically not really a government department. They're more of really a corporation. They make a lot of money. The people that work there make shit tons of money. They all get bought and sold all the time. It's totally corrupt, blah, 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 blah. You know that. You have to know that. If you don't know that, well, you know it now. But this is what's interesting to me is Now we're at 2 million and growing. And as time is going by, there's more people that are having, heart problems, vein problems, circulation problems, cancers growing. Compared to before 2020, things have gone up like immensely. It's crazy. It doesn't. And I still have to say, what the fuck? What the hell is Trump avoiding? I'm trying to figure out what this guy's avoiding. He needs to fucking man up. He needs to freaking man up. Yeah, that whole man. I am just telling you, Trump's got work to do. Everybody look. He's not a messiah. If you think of this man as a messiah, then I don't know what to tell you. Then maybe you should take another look, but step back this time and see the entire picture. Not just a little piece of it. I'm concerned, and I know there are others out there, right? I know that there are people out there that are going, okay, buddy, you want to get back into the mix? You want to come? We know all the shit they've been going after you for has been bullshit. The 91 charges, no felonies, because they can't charge him on anything because he's never committed an actual crime. The only way you commit a crime is if you're proven guilty of it. Otherwise, you can say anything. Let's just get that out of the way. Because there's a lot of people that say, "Oh, he's a criminal. He's a criminal. He's a criminal." Look, he walks free. He's gone to every single court trial that he's been asked to go to. He gets attorneys. He pays for them, all his own money. But none of these charges have stuck. It's like somebody saying, you know what, I'm charging you of this, that, and the other thing, and they give you 91 charges. And you know for sure it never happened, right? Good apple. You know for sure it didn't happen. They take you to court, nothing happens. So what does that make you? What does that make you if you're not charged with that crime? Innocent. Russiagate, completely innocent. The impeachment that never went through as full impeachments. Innocent. Oh, nothing. But as I've said with this guy, and I'm telling you, the people around him are fucking stupid or they're part of the process. And they're stringing him along again. This is what I'm starting to believe. I look, the guy's not dumb, but sometimes when you live in an ivory tower, you come down and shake hands with people every once in a while. I get that, but the people that are around him aren't giving him the information he needs. And the thing about what I'm trying to get to is we've got to hold him accountable. He's an our employee. That's what a president of the United States is. He's an employee of the people. Just like a DMV person. Just like when you walk into the DMV. If any DMV person ever gives you any shit, they can't, I can't provide, I can't do that. Yeah, you can, because I pay your wages. You actually work for me. I'm standing here and you're supposed to do what I'm asking you to do. So you need to have that. And that's changed over time. Right? Our perception of government has changed in a very pathetic way. It's just gone us backwards. Look, if you're a legislator, judiciary, executive, whether you're a city, mayor, council member, whatever the case may be, you work for us. Your job is to make sure we're happy. We're safe. We have our privacy. Our land isn't being taken away. We're not having to get rid of our gas vehicles. We're able to do the things that we want to do when we want to do them. And things have been changing dramatically now. It's just getting worse. Now, the reason why I say that, because us boomers, I made the boomer list just by a year, or I would have been a millennial or whatever. We had a wonderful life. Things were pretty fucking free. Even though they had laws, even though this and that, and they didn't like pot and all this other stuff. I mean, we used to go out shooting in the hills all the time. We used to do all kinds of stuff. You could fucking harvest your own rainwater. You could plant giant crops in front of your freaking house. You can do all kinds of things. And then gradually, over time, they kept chopping away. And they're doing it now in big pieces. But I'm telling you, guys everybody needs to make sure that you hold this man accountable. Even though he's Trump and he's hopefully going to save us from the fucking World Economic Forum and their, 2030 agenda, right? And their end game, kill 2/3 of the people and basically hoard the rest for themselves, right? How did we go from middle class to working poor in only 35 years? We work 300% harder, earn 10% less, and pay 220% more for stuff that costs less to produce since 1978. That's my point. Things are so ass backwards, and everybody's okay with it. That's the weirdest thing. If you ask somebody that's lived through the remembers the late 60s or the early 70s and the 80s and 90s, they can tell you what they've seen and heard. They've seen a lot of things, but at the same time as they're going back and they're giving you that information, you need to realize that their lives were pretty cool. They had a pretty decent, things. The internet came around and started, doing some really crazy shit. But I mean, all in all, it was pretty badass. We were having a fucking good time. But you guys aren't. You're not. You're not gonna have a good time. And the goal for this right here, for this guy, and everybody needs to make sure that he fucking really fixes shit. And in regards to hanging out with this guy, right? When he's saying, oh wait, not that guy. Not that guy. This guy? Wait, not that guy. When it comes to hanging out with this guy, oh hey Jordan, how you doing, buddy? The worst part is the Dems constantly say he needs to be locked up, but Biden appears to do everything that Trump is accused of, but worse. That is a great point. And that's why I've said that the thank you. And that's why I've said that the Demoncratic Party, because they're fucking whack. They've lost it. And I'm not talking they're Democrats overall. I'm talking the party itself have become kind of a demonic thing. It's just really weird. It's just kind of scary. But I call them the pot calling the kettle black because they're doing everything that they're accusing this guy of doing. And they always talk about it's in the name of democracy, yet they're trying to literally remove a man by made up shit. Made up shit. There's nothing he's done that he's had to fucking serve time for. The things that he's paying, or they want him to pay for, he's gonna sue. He's appealing, going back and forth. He's gonna end up. He's doing it right because he's showing up. But every time they go after him with something, or make something frivolous, his base gets stronger. This, even MSNBC has brought that up in CNN. But the biggest concern I have for a lot of people out there that are like staunch Trump supporters, the Messiah kind of thing. You need to know he's your employee. first and foremost, you can't let that, it's just really sad because, people think the same with like Taylor Swift, right? The pedophile Trump is coming to Utah. Yes. Do me a favor, Jordan, Montauk. If you do at all get in front of Trump Jr. and you're able to talk to him, say, look up Montauk on Twitter. Okay? Montauk. Okay? Or don't talk about me YouTubes, he won't be able to find it. But have him go to Montauk on Twitter. It's Mana_talk. Okay, if you want, I'll send you that, but I'll send you my link. But don't give him the total link. Just give him Mana Talk, M-A-N, Mary Alpha Nancy Alpha _ Tom Alpha Leroy. I guess I forget it. A kilo. Yeah, it's just really weird. This whole thing just really troubles me. And all these 86 Republicans. It's pretty telling. It's pretty telling. I mean, it's not like they don't have that access already, and it's not like they're not already fucking with us. I mean, Edward Snowden, has clearly indicated they've been doing this shit for a long time, but now they can they can just fucking do it. Yeah, we are in the precipice, as I always say, my brother. Yeah, this is just nuts. It's just fucking nuts. But, yeah, somebody was saying that he wasn't happy with this. I think it was... Who was trying to say this? Is Leo? What the hell is that guy's? And I think There was a guy... Testify... Yeah, here's if you want more information about it, I recommend that you go to... This is
so.
Oh, here, yeah. It's here. Oh shit! I had it. There you go. God's emergency room. Yeah, you got to watch this because this is really good. So let's see if I get.
FBI has reason to believe there's an attack that's about to happen, imminent. Then they could skip the warrant step. I'm a little bit uncomfortable with that myself, because they might claim a lot of exigent circumstances. But that's taken all the air out of the balloon and out of their argument to say that getting a warrant's too difficult and it'll take too much time and it will keep them from doing their jobs.
So what does that open up a can of worms?
Has reason to you're alone, and you've been in there for a couple hours. Your staff doesn't go in there with you. You don't get to bring your phone in there with you. You can't.
God damn it. We gotta watch it.
That, of course, is unconstitutional, and yet the FBI is doing it every day. How exactly are they doing it? They're doing it through a section of the FISA Act, which is supposed to be for spying on foreign enemies, like German Chancellor Angela Merkel, I suppose. Speaker of the House Johnson knows that the FBI has been abusing this power for years, but suddenly he just had to come to Jesus moment because he walked into a skiff, which was one of those secure access booths where they give you classified information. He went into this booth and he saw some things that completely changed his mind. Watch.
When I was a member of the judiciary, I saw all the abuses of the FBI, the terrible abuses over and over and over, the hundreds of thousands of abuses. And then when I became speaker, I went to the SCIF and got the confidential briefing from sort of the other perspective on that to understand the necessity of Section 702 of FISA and how important it is for national security. And it gave me a different perspective. So I encourage all the members to go to the classified briefing and hear all that and see it so they can evaluate the situation for themselves. And I think some opinions have changed both ways, but that's part of the process. You got to be fully informed.
Have you been informed? Excuse me.
So what did he see that was so miraculous and now changed his mind? Yes, I'm fully aware that the FBI is abusing this power and spying on Americans, but it's okay because I saw some stuff in a skiff. Right now, our next guest just left the floor of the House of Representatives, where they are voting on some procedural motions right now to bring this FISA vote to the floor, perhaps later this afternoon. It's all technical jargon. I don't want to bore you with all the technical details, but Congressman Thomas Massie has been knee-deep in this fight, trying to stand up for Americans, to protect them from being warrantlessly spied upon, and the congressman joins us now. Congressman, great to see you. Thank you so much for what you're doing to fight for freedom for Americans right now.
Well, thank you for bringing me on to bore your listeners with all the technical details. I'm kidding, of course. I think SCIF stands for Secure Compartmentalized Information Facility, and I've been in that same SCIF. I call it the haunted house. In fact, they're running the haunted house right now. As the debate's going on the floor, they're still bringing members to the haunted house, aka the SCIF, and try to scare them into voting against warrants. Now, here's the problem. I've been going into those SCIFs for 12 years. In fact, I spent 3.5 hours in a SCIF with CIA, NSA, DNI, DOJ, FBI, and a FISA judge and the chair of the Intel Committee and the speaker. And in 3.5 hours, they never gave a single example of where getting a warrant on a domestic target for a search in the database would have stopped them from intervening in a terrorist attack. They've never given a specific example. What they do is they give hypotheticals. And also remember, when you're in that SCIF and you've been in there for a couple hours, your staff doesn't go in there with you. You don't get to bring your phone in there with you. You can't do a search on something when they tell you a fact, and you can't ask your staff, is this true? Can we look this up? You're in there, you're alone, by yourself. And it's, they can start persuading you. And I think that's what they did with the speaker.
Or intimidating him. I think this little shit just fucking got scared. I think some big players were in there and said, man, you better follow the fucking script. That's what I think would happen. That's what I think would happen. I think this, our Congress is full of just a bunch of fucking wimps. Honestly, I just, the only person that I'm seeing that has fucking, clarity, courage, and guts in all this, and I'm gonna end with this, is freaking this chick right here. She's the fucking bomb, man. Where is it? It's right here. It is right here.
Is the one that caused the warrant amendment to fail. And I think that's going to tell a lot of people what I've been saying is true. So basically, what's the difference in Speaker Pelosi and Speaker Johnson? And there's none. It was Speaker Johnson was the final vote. He was the one that caused the warrant amendment to fail. And I think that's going to tell a lot of people what I've been saying is true. So basically, what's the difference in Speaker Pelosi and Speaker Johnson? And there's none. It was Speaker Johnson was the final vote. He was the one that caused the warrant amendment to fail. And I think that's going to tell a lot of people what I've been saying is true. So basically, what's the difference in Speaker Pelosi and Speaker Johnson? And there's none. It was Speaker Johnson.
Yeah, yeah. If Trump picks MTG to be his vice president pick, that would fix everything. That would reinsure to me, because she really gives a shit. She cares more about our privacies, our constitutional rights than pretty much anybody, right? Her only problem is she's done a little trading, which she stopped doing, I think, recently, because they're starting to kind of clamp down on that now. But all in all, she's a fucking tough cookie. This chick fucking, man, you should see her work out. She's a badass. She doesn't fuck around. She knows she's got to be tough out there. She's not, frolicking around like AO fucking C. Right? She's out there. She's digging her heels in, and she's standing her ground. I think that's fucking awesome. But this guy fucking Mike Johnson, God, what What a flimsy little flake. You know, they're everywhere. Little flakes that have absolutely no fucking testosterone. They don't confront you. They don't say it. It's like she's saying it out loud. They don't talk to you. They do it behind your. They're just, you know. He's kind of seems like a little weasel. I mean, he even fits the fucking persona in a sense, physically. But this chick's a tough cookie. She's a tough cookie. You know, I want to hear what Tulsi has to say about surveillance. Let me look that up. I'm kind of curious. Tulsi surveillance. I know she wasn't for it a while back, but let's see how she is now.
A Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard voting against the government surveillance of our communications today. The Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act became law in 2008. It allowed the federal government to collect and retain copies of every American citizen's communications through calls, emails, text, and other forms. Prior to the vote to reauthorize that act today, Congresswoman Gabbard addressed the House from the floor.
We have a very important responsibility here in Congress to strike a balance between national security, keeping the American people safe, while also protecting our constitutionally protected freedoms. Let us make this critical choice. Vote to keep our country safe. Vote to uphold our constitutional rights that so many have fought and died to protect.
Now, despite her plea, the reauthorization of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act passed by a vote of 256 to 164, putting it back into effect for another 6 years.
We just went through the same fucking thing. We just went through it again, and guess who started that? Obama. Obama started that. National Defense Authorization Act that tagged along with the Patriot Act. It's like, what the fuck, man? You know, I'm sure she still feels the same way. Let's see if there's more on that here. Let's see if she's got anything more recent. Anything recent? 3 weeks ago. There's your 6 years ago. Yeah, I think this is a good one. Let's see what we got here. 7 minutes. I'm not going to do that. But anyway.
Tulsi Gabbard.
I wonder if what she's got on Twitter. Let's see what she's got on Twitter on that. I wonder if she's changed her tune, because she was a young globalist. Oh, wait. Here, hold on. Tulsi. For Love of Country. I'm going to get that book. I think I'm going to buy that book for my daughter. I want to read it too. And then I'll give it to her. Strong. Like a bull. I don't see it. Let me see. Civil officers. Okay. Yeah. Must be nice. Look at that. That's that's on the leeward side. Oh, now I know where she lives. She lives over there. I know exactly where she lives. Okay. I know exactly where she lives now. If that's her backyard, I know where she lives. Or is that where she likes to hang? I haven't heard anything on this yet. Oh, here's a good one. What this really means is Republicans need to get their thumbs out of their butts and get their fucking representatives out to these states to watch these fuckers with microscopes. Oh, yeah, that's not. Cosmo Cowboy, Trailer Park Pundit. Hey, you guys. Oh, man, that was a good one. Pasta was on with, I don't know if you saw it. You should check it out. It was on with Beauty and the Boomer. Beauty and the Boomer with Oz and Shanda. It's fucking cool. They were talking about some good stuff. I thought it was pretty awesome. They got some good stuff, but yeah, this really bothers me. I'm not sure. I'm not sure that all the Trump supporters are kind of getting this, or really understanding. Yeah, I know it gets whited out because I got to put it in. Oh, I hate when that does. This OBS, I got to update it and stuff. Sorry about that. But anyway, let me see. Oh yeah, here's some news. There was something here. Yeah, everybody should know this. The Demoncrats are in the process of intentionally and internally destroying our country to create total chaos and mayhem. Then Pedo Joe can enact a martial law to stop the general election and bring in the New World Economic Forums, Blue Hats, to rein in the New World Order. And that's what I think is going to happen. I think I think they're going to do something similar to that. What was this? We love Trump. Lindsey Graham can't drain the swamp because he's a big part of what's clogging the drain. Yeah, that's true. Well, now you got Mike Johnson, people. I mean, fuck, come on. Yeah, I think he genuinely wants to do some good stuff. President Trump and Speaker Johnson was a strong election integrity effort to secure. Yeah, okay, there you go. Yeah. But was that Lou? I think it. Let me just see if I can find that here, because he said something. It was Lou. One of the guys that I. Okay. Yeah, he's not over. He's not done, bro. What are you talking about? Lou Valentino. Because he put something in here live just recently. No one saw this coming. He's pissed. Trump shocked Speaker Mike Johnson. Let's see. Let's see if he does. This commercial. No.
What a day, ladies and gentlemen. That is amazing way.
I'm sure that Marjorie understands that, or any speaker. I think we're getting along very well with the speaker, and I get along very well with Marjorie. We have a speaker. He was voted in, and it was a complicated process, and I think it's not an easy situation for any speaker. I think he's doing a very good job. He's doing about as good as you're going to do, and I'm sure that Marjorie understands that. I think she's a very good friend of mine, and I know she has a lot of respect for the speaker.
What is Donald J. Trump doing at this exact moment? Is he saving face for Speaker Mike Johnson, knowing that if Marjorie Taylor leaves Congress, if she steps out because she wants to, is he trying to repair that relationship, even though he knows Speaker Mike Johnson is terrible? But if we lose one more seat, then we're going to have a new speaker by the name of Hakeem Jeffries. That'll be the leader of the Democrats.
Harmony, to be honest with you. You have some cases like Arizona that went back to like 18. The states are working broke. They didn't have money.
He says, and I have to say allegedly, that Pfizer.
Yeah. I'm not. No matter how you paint that, Lou, because I know you're a total Trump fan, and I get you. This whole Mike Johnson relationship with Trump is extremely alarming to me, right? And I bet you fucking MTG is pissed off, pissed off, guaranteed. All right, so I'm gonna say it to all you Trumpers out there. I'm gonna say it right now, okay? If you want him to fix this country, then you need for him to fucking stand up against the fucking tyranny that's coming. Okay, he needs to fucking and that wasn't helping. That was a major step backward to to not even mention how fucked up that these 86 Republicans were, and including Mike Johnson. Yeah, that was not good, man. Not good at all. I do not support or condone that, but I will say my apple, my orange, and my banana was fucking good. Yeah, I don't eat too bad. Very happy with the eating. Here's the thing. I'm just going to lay it to you straight. As I've always said, if he's not allowed into the position, well, now I'm kind of concerned where his stance, you know, there's two concerns now. Are you backing Mike Johnson in the surveillance shit that you guys didn't want a while ago? You know, Tulsi didn't even want it. What the fuck? This is just, it's all so suspect. It's just, I just keep getting to this point where it just, you know, every time I keep thinking that we're at that point where, oh, you know what, they're finally going to get away from the end game, the World Economic Forum and the global pedo-predator class, and all of a sudden, bam, this happens. You know, we're just going to surveil you like crazy, even more and more and more and more. You know, we're just going to fucking do another retramp. You know, fuck, just God. It's just, look, I'm not saying, let me put it to you this way. The Tea Party happened because we were taxed 4%. Right? God. 4% more. 4%. Now we're being taxed over 40% on everything. And everybody's fine. You guys starting to get it? Yeah. I think what people need to understand is there's a lot of complacency here and tolerance that needs to kind of not be there. And at a certain point, you know, it's going to be a Tea Party. Which, by the way, the Tea Party was actually a really good little party. And then they got compromised by the Republican Party. The Republican National Convention Party. All they basically wanted was the ability to get their own water, be more independent, they were more libertarian. And then all of a sudden, they started doing all this policy and issues things, really crazy stuff. And they were basically compromised. Kind of like Occupy was. Occupy was pretty much compromised by Obama. That was bad, too. It's just like every movement gets fucked up. So I always say, and George Washington always said, be an independent. Vote on the issues, whatever you want. He always said, you know, and I'm just going to read it before I go because it's my favorite. It's my favorite. This is the founding father. You have to read his letter, his farewell address letter, and I recommend everybody read it because it's brilliant. It's so eloquent and very well written. It's like, what happened to our scholastic abilities? We're just so, penmanship, all kinds of stuff sucks. Here is George Washington. I have already intimated to you the danger of parties in the state, with particular reference to the founding of them on geographical discriminations. Let me now take a more comprehensive view and warn you in the most solemn manner against the baneful effects of the spirit of party generally. It's a divide and conquer thing. You guys get that? If you're all independently voting on just what you believe is going to, or for somebody that you believe has, not everything perfect, because I know Trump's not going to be perfect. I know that fucking Biden's not getting my vote, because they haven't done anything for me. I was a Democrat. I was for Bernie. And then all of a sudden, Bernie screwed all of us. I went to Green Party. That was a bunch of bullshit. So now I'm an independent. I'm voting for whoever I believe is going to get us out of this fucking giant abyss hole that we're fucking going into and get us back on track for everybody. Don't even get me started. But anyway, what was that? Beyond soon? What the fuck? I want to thank you all for watching. Thank you for paying attention. And aloha. Take care. Bye-bye.